soy de San Luis Potosí. Es mi barrio San Miguelito.
Meet my dad. That's him with the horse. That's him with the horse. And that was his favorite song. Sorry. And that was his favorite song. And it was very close to him because that's what he listened to when he was growing up as a farmer in San Luis Potosí. Music was one of my dad's favorite things to listen to as he got older. I'm not your typical millennial. And by this, I mean that my dad had me at 57 years old. And in my early 20s, I had to make the difficult decision to move my dad to a nursing home. And I quickly realized how overwhelmed our healthcare system was and how broken it was. Even though my dad was one of hundreds of older adults in his community, he was lonely and isolated, and his staff didn't even know about it. I'm Osvaldo, and I founded ConnectCareHero to help older adults like my dad tackle social isolation one activity at a time. We're creating the social platform for diverse and aging communities where we're bringing immersive and engaging content to help fight against social isolation. Because my dad's not isolated experience. There's millions of older adults that don't get vetted for social isolation, and they go through our system. Our U.S. healthcare system isn't set up to vet our seniors for social isolation. Right now, less than 25% of less than 25% of hospitals and physicians actually screen for social isolation. This actually creates $14 billion of avoidable healthcare spend on the negative effects of social isolation. And with the silver tsunami coming through, there's 10,000 older adults turning 65 and older and retiring, and they're going to be going through our system. And why can't we do this? Why can't the systems right now tackle this problem? Right now in nursing homes, they don't have the time and resources to do this right now. And even when they can vet and screen for social isolation, they don't have a scalable solution to provide personalized programming. And our competitors, they right now they struggle with actually engaging the population. Right now, they use legacy solutions like phone calls to make those social engagement contacts. And then our insurance companies, Medicare Advantage plans, right now they just aren't nimble enough. They actually look to partner up with organizations like us to provide this solution for them. So we've created ConnectCareHero where we provide digital tools to provide simple and effective social screenings for their communities while delivering diverse and engaging content. And we track and report on the 4 key pillars of well-being. What makes us unique is our content. We're creating the largest and most diverse activity content for older adults in mind, where we have over 200 activity vendors that provide a wide range of content from mariachi music to cooking shows and even to guided tours of Chicago. And we pride ourselves in easy delivery of our programming, accessible through any device. And our market size is big, starting with nursing homes. They have 2 million older adults that they oversee, then followed up by home care organizations that oversees 10 million. And then the fast and growing health plan space, which is Medicare Advantage plans. Right now, they oversee 22 million older adults, and by 2050, this number is going to triple. Our business model is simple. We provide a B2B software as a service to organizations so we can help them screen their population and engage them. You can think this is kind of like a gym membership for organizations. About our team, we're a well-rounded and diverse team. I myself have over 8 years experience in global brand marketing, as well as 7 years in the health tech space. And then Trunuwaya, our CMO, CMO has 15 years experience in entertainment and home care engagement. He leads all our efforts for curating all our activity vendors into our platform. And then Bob Lee has over 11 years in tech development and leads all our tech platform for ConnectCareHero. We surround ourselves with key advisors that are experts within the senior living and aging space that believe in our mission and help us drive this forward. We're excited to say we are partnered up with, we are Techstars-backed company. We are partnered with Manila Gates and Pillow Ventures Group. We're one in 10 companies selected for the Future of Longevity program, where we're tackling social isolation. If you're interested to learn more and see how you can get involved in our mission, let's talk and help us bring culturally enriching programming to our older adults. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much, Osvaldo, and want to open it up for the judges.
Is that out?
Yeah, Osvaldo, nice job. I really appreciate the personal connection to the work and why it means so much to you. One of the things I'm curious about to better understand is the whole connection to Medicare. Can you better explain that? I mean, is this something that you foresee that would be covered somehow, or is this? Yeah, I'm just curious to better understand how that works.
Yeah. So for the health plan Medicare space, right now there are over 3,100 health plans out there in the United States that provide Medicare Advantage plans. They all have members, so they look to vet their population, their membership, for social isolation before it's too late. So we actually provide our services for their members for free, as long as we screen their population and report on their engagement. So we charge the health plan.
Okay.
I have a lot of questions, so I'm just going to ask one and then I'll let other judges go in, but I think this is really interesting. Can you talk a little bit more about just the rollout of this and the logistics? I mean, you're looking at, especially if you're thinking about nursing homes, I don't know too many nursing homes that pride themselves on being tech savvy. You know, are they going to have to purchase new equipment? Is there an education program that's going to help them get involved? And how are you avoiding, them overusing this with their senior citizens?
Yeah, so we are live. We do have customers. We actually started out with nursing homes because that's where my dad started, and we actually provide. Most communities have tablets. We have a software that gets installed for them, because we know that older adults don't have aren't as tech savvy within nursing homes, but we do provide tools for them to actually do their jobs more efficiently, which includes our screening process, and provide them extra resources so they can actually provide interactive programming. Right now, pandemic obviously has shut people, outside of nursing homes. So activities was one of the first things to go for them. So we're actually a resource for them during this time and before that as well.
Great, thanks.
Yep.
Yeah, I have a question that I think I know the answer to this, but I want to hear your thought. When you say differentiated programming, can you expand on that? Because there's, one of the options for programming, I think about myself, if I fast forward, 40 years, is going to be something like whatever Netflix is then, right? So I'm like, whatever Netflix is showing will be one of my options. What's, differentiate from something like that, the more passive, differentiate, your offering from the more passive, just sort of reception.
Yeah, so we pride ourselves in just activity enhancement, personalized enhancement. So one of the things that we do through one of our 200 vendors, they basically do immersive programming. It's all live programming. So whether a community or a health plan member chooses a cooking show with our Spanish-speaking chef, they can engage with that session live. We do have some special features that include micro communities, which basically mean people with similar interests can actually engage with other people with that same interest. So we really drive that engagement. Is something that a lot of, whether you're a nursing home or a health plan, is something you're looking for.
Great.
Osvaldo, great presentation. This story, as Marty mentioned, that whenever it resonates with the entrepreneur, it just brings it to life in your case. So real honoring your dad in this way. I have a lot of questions as well, but time doesn't allow. What's your biggest risk outside of capital? Everyone needs capital. Put that to the side. Assuming you got capital, what's your biggest risk from preventing you from being wildly successful?
We see this as I think one of the biggest, I would call it obstacles, for us would be more of of how do we, once we go past the pandemic, right now virtual is great, we've been doing virtual beforehand, but how do we strategically grow our in-person programming down the road, which I think is going to be key for some nursing homes that will look to bring in-person programming, or even for health plans, is rolling that out strategically. So whether it's working with the strategic health plan to say, hey, you know, we're going to work on these key cities through these wellness centers that will provide key, you know, top-tier programming that will be in person. That's probably for us the most the challenge we'll have to kind of work as we get there. But right now it's a very open, untapped space, especially when it comes to social isolation and programming in the healthcare space.
Final quick question I'll slide in there. Lots of companies partner with others that are calling on nursing homes and other things so that you can partner with them versus having to do all the selling yourself. Is there anyone within these facilities that you could align yourselves with, that they have a relationship already and they can bring that to the party?
Yeah, so one of our longer term visions is we've learned a ton from our current customers, and that's kind of how we establish ourselves. But working with a health plan that has larger footprint and scalability across the region and nationally to provide these virtual scalable solutions for social isolation. So for us, it's less. To give you a sense of why I say that is when you look at the nursing home space, there's 2 million older adults. When you look at home care, there's 10 million. But then when you look at health plans, there's 22 million. It's going to go to 60 million by 2050. So we're really trying to see how do we get to that 2050 mark in a good position.
Thank you.
Well, thanks so much, Osvaldo. Just wanted to give a round of applause to ConnectCare and everybody. Really appreciate it.